Hello guys, in this video we will learn about 8 channel stackable hat RTD data acquisition card from Sequent Microsystems. This card you can directly mount on Raspberry Pi. So it is compatible almost with every Raspberry Pi from Pi 1 to Pi 5. So it is a good card for interfacing RTD temperature sensors which works on the principle of measuring resistance. And so we will go through the data sheet of this card and just to learn about this little bit so that other users can benefit from our learning. So it is 8 channel RTD. It means it has 8 channels. You can connect what RTD is a resistance temperature detector, which is a sensor which measures temperature based on the resistance measurement. It is a data acquisition card for Raspberry Pi, and we are learning about the version 6 user guide. First of all is the general description, and here you can see how you can use for nutboards to mount this card on Raspberry Pi directly without any hassle. So then the 8 channel RTD data acquisition card is a stackable expansion card for Raspberry Pi. It is compatible with our Raspberry Pi version from 0 to 4 and offer a compact and inexpensive solution for reading and storing data from. Actually, you can mount it in 8 cards on single Raspberry Pi. So each card has 8 channels. So overall, you can measure 64 RTD temperature sensors readings. Okay, so it is easily pluggable. That makes the RTD card easy to use, and you can mount up to 8 cards on a single Raspberry Pi, and it will only use 2 of your Raspberry Pi general purpose pins for I2C communication, and the remaining pins are free. You can use them for some other tasks as well. So it is a very efficient card that you can use for interfacing your RTD sensors, as well as it has 8 programmable LEDs, which each LED indicates the status of you can actually program the threshold level of these LEDs so that when the resistance it is measuring from the RTD sensor, if it reaches a particular level, and then these LEDs will turn on. It is also a very good feature, and then you can find a general purpose push button with this card here. As you can see, by pressing this button you can power off this the Raspberry Pi directly without using any external peripheral devices like keyboard or a mouse. So it is also a very good feature. Then there is based on resistance RTD temperature measurement. As I already stated, RTD temperature measurement here is based on the resistance. So it uses the principle of 3 wires by which actually we are mitigating the resistance of the leads of lead wires we used with these. Actually the RTD sensor has wires which we will connect on the connector of this RTD card. So by additionally adding a third wire, you are actually mitigating the effects of these lead resistances of the wires. Actually, it is also measuring the resistance. So the wires also have some resistance. So overall, it will affect the overall resistance value. So by adding a third wire, they use some principle. They are behind this theory and mathematical formulas by which the third wire is actually cancelling out the effects of the lead resistance which we use to connect these RTD temperature sensor with our RTD head card from Microsystems, and it is also modular. As you can see, you can buy multiple cards and stack one on the other up to eight cards. So these are some features of this card, as it has 2 Delta Sigma 24-bit analog to digital converters. The model is ADS1248. With each card has 2 ADCs actually, and each ADC is 4 channels. Overall, you can interface 8 RTD sensors with the single card. Factory accuracy 0.1%, and you can calibrate this card as well, which will give you the accuracy of about 0.01%. And here again the description of you can stack up to 8 cards, which in turn give, as each card can measure 8 RTD sensors readings. So overall, if you can stack 8 cards, you can interface 64 RTD sensors with this card. So as well as you will find RS485 or Modbus transceiver on this card, so you can communicate on these interfaces. If your application requires RS485 or Modbus communication, then you can also do it. And these are programmable threshold LEDs, which each card has 8 LEDs. Each LED is for one RTD sensor, which will turn on if the input resistance this card measuring reach above a certain threshold, which is also programmable by the user. As well as there is reverse polarity protection on the power supply connector, general purpose push buttons, onboard and this is very interesting feature. There is a hardware watchdog which is present on this card, which can power cycle your Raspberry Pi board in case your firmware or your software has some bug, or in field your device is stuck due to some software bugs. Then this hardware watchdog timer which is present on this card can reset your Raspberry Pi after a certain programmable time period, which you can also program. So this is a very good feature. You can use this card in mission critical applications, for example in space applications. So you can use this card in your sensitive applications as well. In addition, for protection, you have reverse polarity protection, first protection. The second protection is onboard resettable fuse. If the current flows above a certain level, then you can reset this. The fuse will actually disconnect your card from the power supply, and then you can reconnect it again by resetting this fuse. So these are some features of this card. As well as this card has an STM microprocessor on it, which is running at 48 MHz. The STM is a very good microprocessor for embedded devices, and it is also 32 bits. So and then you have 2 24-bit ADCs of each 4 channel. These RTD cards actually communicate with Raspberry Pi on their general purpose pin. Using only just 2 pins, it communicates with your Raspberry Pi on I2C bus. So the other 24 GPIO pins of Raspberry Pi you can use for any other work as well. So this is the top view of this card. So mounting hardware, you can also get mounting hardware these boards with this card as well. So overall, it is a good choice if you are thinking about interfacing RTD cards with your RTD sensors with your any microcontroller. And you can also find, moreover, you can find the source code of this Raspberry Pi, of interfacing this RTD card with the Raspberry Pi. So you can easily interface this card by using this code. You don't need to write any code. You can just download the source code from the GitHub, which I also provide the link to that repository where you can also find the link from here, from their website as well as they give the link of the source code in the datasheet as well. So you can go here. This is the link where you can go and you will find the source code. Let's see it now. Okay, so this is all about this RTD sensor overall. It is a good choice for your projects, and this is the overview of the peripherals or connections present. There is an RS485 connector, and then these are 8 channels: RTD 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 channels, and then you can power up this board. You can also power this board from Raspberry Pi as well, or you can provide external 5-volt power supply. You can also find the current requirement of this card as well, so that you can give it appropriate power supply. So it is recommended to power it up from the Raspberry Pi itself, as you have 5 volts on Raspberry Pi as well. So there is also a power LED which indicates the board status, in the board is running or not. And one more feature, as you can connect cards in stack, and here is jumper. There is 3 connectors for jumpers. By switching this connector, it is like just like bit manipulation. If you have some idea, if you want to stack only one card, then there is no need for jumper. If you want to stack only no card, then there is no need for jumper. If you want to stack one card, then you need one jumper here, and if you need to stack 2 cards, then you need 2 jumpers here. You can think of it as 3 bits, as 1 and 2 and 4, as 1 to the power 0 and 1 to the power 1 and 2 to the power 0, 2 to the power 1 and 2 to the power 2. So if your jumper is here, you are actually interfacing one card. If it is here, you are interfacing 2. If both jumpers are present, sorry, then if both jumpers are present, then you can interface. This is actually 1 and this is 2, so you can interface 3 cards. If your jumper is present at the last, then you can interface 4 cards. First and last jumper is present, then you can interface 5 and so on. It is actually a 3-bit pattern which you can follow. If the first bit is set, then only 1 card. Then if first and second bit both are set, then 3 cards, and so on. If the second bit is only set, then you can interface 2 cards. Moreover, it requires 5-volt power supply either from Raspberry Pi expansion bus or from its own pluggable connector. An additional 3v3 regulator is present in this card, which will provide power to the 3v3 circuits present on this card. Okay, Raspberry Pi current consumption is about 250 million pairs, and it can go as high as 2 amperes. Okay, and 8 channel RTD card current consumption is only 50 million pairs. So you need to power your Raspberry Pi from some good power supply, so that if you are interfacing large number of sensors, then it can provide power to your cards, to your RTD cards. Okay, so this is all about this video. If you learn something new, then subscribe to my YouTube channel. Here is a description of your hardware watchdog circuit as well. The default timeout is 120 seconds. It is almost 2 minutes. If your code stuck for 2 minutes, then the hardware watchdog timer which is present on this card, RTD card, it will reset your Raspberry Pi. So you can also program this timeout by changing the code in the source code. Okay, and here is, you can find a list of commands which you can control it from terminals, or in the Raspbian software. You need to, as you know, this Raspberry Pi work on Raspbian OS, so you need to install Raspbian OS in SD card of the Raspberry Pi. So this is, you can also calibrate this sensor by using a 100 ohm resistor. You can use any resistor from 100 ohm resistor. You can actually, it is preferred to use 100 ohm. Okay, so this is all about this video. If you want to learn more about this video, then you can comment in the comment section. Goodbye.